Good morning, friends. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is your unitary method and time and work. So first to discuss what is unitary method. Unit means what? It's a one. Unit means what? It's a one. Unit means your one. So if in any question price of some quantity is given and question asked to you find the price of one quantity. So finding the price of one quantity and then finding the price of other quantity is known as your unitary method. This method is of two types, direct or indirect variation. In case of direct variation, suppose price of 4 pen is your 12 rupees. So therefore price of 8 pen must be your 8 pen, price of 8 pen. How we find the price of 8 pen? It just double, it is 24 rupees. Now in this case what we are observing, if we increase the number of pen, then price is also increased one. Means if we increase this one, this will also increase. Now therefore price of 1 pen equals to 3 rupees. So what we are observing, if price is decreased, then if the number of pen is decreased, then price is also decreased. So in this case there is an increase and in this case there is a decrease. In both the cases, both parts decrease together or increase together. In such type of conditions is known as your direct variation. In case of indirect variation or inverse variation, in case of inverse variation, suppose speed of car is 10 km per hour. Speed of a moving object is 10 km per hour. Then time taken to cover a distance is 1 hour. Now if we increase the speed to 20 km per hour, what happens? Time is decreased one, it's a half hour. If we decrease the speed 5 km per hour, then the time must be increased to 2 hours. So what we observe that in this case, if one part is increased, other part is decreased one. If one part is going to increase, other part is going to decrease one. So it is increased one, it's decreased one. I'm using a symbol as a for symbol, means it's going to just opposite to this side. So this is your inverse variation. We use these two methods to solve the question. When we solve the question, you can easily understand that where we are going to find direct variation or indirect variation. Suppose we are taking some examples. 9 days food is enough for 16 men. So same food fed if same food for 24 men fed how many days? Means if we increase the number of men, then same food lasts how many days? So we use this by using unitary method. See, for 16 men, food is food run 9 days. always remember and giving some important instruction. Now, in case of iterative method, we first find out one. So for therefore, for 1 min food run for the same food for 16 min, it's 9 days. Use your concept. For 16 min, it's 9 days. Then same food for 1 min, if you decrease the min, food will be lost longer. We are decreasing, food is increasing. This is your inverse variation. Food in this case we multiply the number of days. Now, therefore, the same food for 24 min we must divide. It must be decreased, we must divide. 8 twos are 8 threes are 3 threes are different for sorry 8 twos are it's a run for 6 days. It's run for 6 days. Means this is example of indirect variation. In this case, food is same. If we increase the number of men 24, then same food run less days. So in that case, we use inverse variation. This is your unitary method. If we discuss that alternative method, so we can easily solve this question by using alternative method also. For this, we find out ratio of men equals to old ratio new. Number of days, again old is your 9, new we don't know x. But in this case, we know that it's an inverse variation. So we can easily say that ratio of men equals to inverse ratios of days. Because we know that if we have the same amount of food and we increase the number of person, then that food lasts less number of days. So ratio of men equal to inverse ratio of days. See this side. What is the ratio of men? 16 ratio 24. What is the inverse ratio? Just we change the place. X ratio 9. Now solve it. 16 upon 24 equals to x upon 9. When we solve, x equals to 16 into 9 whole by 24. It's a 8 twos are 8 threes are 3 threes are it's a 6 days. So hope you understand what is inverse variation. That variation is an easiest one, but inverse variation is a little bit typical one. That's why I discussed this question. You must note down this question in your pocket. Now, we are going to discuss question number 2. It is a question of direct variation. So I am ready. It is given that in a party, for every batch of 5 students or 5 children, 8 packet chips are served. So how many chips packet are required for 40 students or 40 children? So you must write down. I am using that unitary method for 5 students. Number of chips equals to 8 packet. So though we are solving a method, so we first find out for one, then for next amount. For one student, number of chips required. In this case, what we observe for 5 students, more number of packets required. For less student, less number of packets required. So we must, in this case, we must do the division. 8 upon 5 packets. Remember, you must be confused that where you have to divide, where you have to multiply. So do the practice and use the concept. Then whenever we have diagonalization, in this case for 5 students, number of chips is 8. Then for less number of students, we need less number of chips. Then in that case, if there is a in this case we have diagonalization. In diagonalization, we must do the division. Now again, question asked to you for 40 students. So for 40 students, number of packets required. For 1 we need this one, so for 40 we need this one. So we multiply. It's a 5 8 jar, 64 packets. This is your diagonalization. And the previous question was your indiagonalization. Now we are going to discuss question number 4. In this question, it says that a person with a speed of 72 km per hour travels by car from Delhi to Chandigarh in 10 hours. What should be the average speed if the car so that the person can complete the journey in 8 hours? First, it has a speed of 72 km per hour and reach up to the destination at 10 within 10 hours. But next time he need less time. He has less time, so how much he increase the speed? So solve while writing the statement, you must follow that what is given to you in both the part you write first. What is asked to you write the at last. The speed is 72 km per hour. Now, therefore, we are using unity method. Therefore, for reaching in 1 hour, speed must be greater. Now, follow the concept. If we reach 10 hours, speed is 72 km per hour. If we need quickly, it means what? We need more speed. So in this case, there is an indirect variation because in this case it is decreased one, so it is an increased one. So in this case we have indirect variation, so we multiply. Only this thing you must remember. So in case of direct variation, we divide. In case of indirect variation, we multiply. Therefore, so in this case, we do the just opposite rule. In case of direct variation, in third line we do the multiply. In case of indirect variation, in final line we do the division. Speed is your 90 km per hour. Now hope you people understand that what is your direct basis, how you solve the direct variation question, and indirect variation question. How you find out that where we are using direct variation method and where we are using indirect variation. Its topic is very simple. Now we are going to solve. Now I am going to solve today's last question, question number 9. And I know that rest of you is your work. You must complete this exercise today. 9 question says that a hostel had lessons for 60 days for 500 students. After 12 days, 300 more students join the hostel mess. How long will remain ration last? I am going to use this as an alternative method so that you must know both the method. This is a new method. This method helped me in my school days, so I am going to discuss with you. Question says that as for 500 student, number friend 500 lesson last for number of days equals to 60. For 500 student, number of days lesson last is your 60. Now after 12 days, 300 more students join the hostel mess. After 12 days means after 12 days is given, so you must write down here 60 minus 12 is equals to 8 and 5 minus 1, 4. Now, when those persons join, ration is for 48 days for 500 students. Now, new number of students, it's a 500 plus 300 more join, it's a 800. We don't know the number of possibly how many days ration last. So, if in this case number of students is less, days is 48. If we increase the number of days, then number of students, then days is decreased only. Once again, I am spelling 500 students. Ration last for remaining ration last for 48 days. After 12 days, I am talking. And but number is increased 800, so that fixed amount of ration last for less amount of days. So in this case, we have indirect variation. So in case of indirect variation, we use opposite sign arrow. Means what? If number of days increased, the number of days decreased. So according to question, we can write down. We use one part. If 500 is a back side of arrow, so it is numerator upon 800. Again, back side of arrow, x upon 48. Can you solve it? 8 6 of 48, 8 1 0, it's 8 5 0. It's a 30. X is 30. Now ration last for this day, that is 30. Once again, I am explaining the concept. Question says that for 500 students, ration is for 60 days. After 12 days, means 12 days, these students already taken their food. After 12 days means when 48 days ration remaining for 500 students, 300 more students join. Now what happened? This ration may not last 48 days. It must last this day because if we increase the number of persons, we have decreased number of days for ration. So in this case, we easily know that there is a indirect variation. So if any quantity increase, we put an arrow on increase side, and then for second part, where is the increase part, we place the arrow. Now in question, we place this tail part at numerator. So 500 by 800 equals to again tail part x upon 48. So simplify, we have the answer. This is your another method. If we use this one, you can easily solve almost all the questions of linear method. This is all for today. Thank you.